It's been 25 years, over 1,000 episodes, and we're still asking the biggest question in anime at this point. What is the One Piece actually? Today I'm breaking down the most complete theory ever, combining history, weapons, ancient promises, and freedom, to try and reveal what the One Piece really is. Of course, to figure out what the One Piece is, we actually have to dive really deep into the Void Century. That's where all the answer lies. Or actually, that's where everything began, in the past. And when it comes to the Void Century, or the past 800 years ago, give or take, the first thing that comes to mind that I want to talk about would be the Poneglyphs, because they are the representation of the past. They are the message left behind for the future generation to interpret or decode. The Poneglyphs are basically what are telling us the story about the One Piece, or the Void Century at this point. And the Poneglyphs actually coexist with Robin's mission, because it's Robin's mission to decipher and read all of the Poneglyphs. These are the regular Poneglyphs, the road Poneglyphs, you name it. It's her mission to discover and interpret all of these Poneglyphs. And by doing so, she will ultimately be the one to reveal what the One Piece is, where the One Piece is, at this point who the One Piece is, and so on. There's also a part about the ancient kingdoms, right? The 20 kings who ascended, ultimately becoming the celestial dragons and whatnot, and who they were up against. Joy Boy's promise as well to the fishmen. What did he promise them, and why did he break this promise? And how is Luffy gonna make up for it? And of course, the road Poneglyphs, which are, at this point, those are the key to finding the One Piece, to finding Laugh Tale actually, which of course has everything to do with the One Piece. What if the One Piece isn't just treasure, but it's actually power? Power to reshape the whole world. The ancient weapon hidden at Laugh Tale. We all know that One Piece is a destructive anime. There's a lot of force, there's a lot of destructions. Now that we have all three ancient weapons accounted for, Poseidon being Shirahoshi, Pluton being the warship, and Uranus, we believe that's what Imu and the world government has. That's what they use to destroy Leloucha, or that's what the island's called. I believe there's gonna be something at Laugh Tale where it combines all three of these ancient weapons into one force and grants whoever's controlling it unimaginable powers. And I believe the person who's gonna bring all three ancient weapons together is obviously gonna be Monkey D. Luffy. He's the main character. He already has 2 out of the 3 ancient weapons. Shirahoshi Poseidon is obviously on Luffy's side. Pluton, the designs for it is engraved in Frankie's head. And the only thing he's missing right now is Uranus. But trust me, it wouldn't surprise me if Luffy has to go toe-to-toe against Imu and the world government to acquire it. That's basically what we're expecting at this point. So now that we understand the 3 ancient weapons and maybe a potential combination of all of them, what if One Piece means exactly what it says? One world, no oceans, no barriers. Currently we have the 4 oceans, the 4 great seas, and then the Grand Line. What if all of that becomes one? For example, let's say one of these weapons can be used to destroy the Red Line. Because we all know the Red Line is artificially made. If you're able to destroy the Red Line, that would combine all the seas for one. Fishman Island's prophecy would be fulfilled, where it gets destroyed, but of course the fishmen would be able to surface. All the seas would be combined, creating the All Blue. There you have Sanji's dream. And at the same time, it would destroy Marajoa, which would destroy the Celestial Dragons. We have to remember, One Piece, Luffy's a D. They are the natural born enemies of the gods. Who are the gods? The Celestial Dragons. So it would make sense that Luffy would have to destroy them. And there are several happenings in the One Piece currently right now that makes us question a lot of things, like Joy Boy, Roger's laugh, the will of D. Because when Roger reached Laugh Tale, he wasn't able to do anything. Why? Because he arrived too early. But in this story, Luffy's the main character, so he's gonna arrive right on time. And Luffy's gonna correct Joy Boy's mistakes, Joy Boy's failed promises to the fishmen in this case. Luffy's gonna complete that promise. And Luffy has to find the One Piece in order to trigger the final war, which has been prophesized. Luffy has to become king for that to happen. And of course, the embodiment of freedom is Monkey D. Luffy. His one true wish in this world is for everyone to be free, which now that you think about it, hence One Piece. So what's the One Piece? One Piece is truth. It's a weapon and it's also a promise. And it's the key to a free, united world. Joy Boy couldn't do this, but Luffy will find a way to do this. And that is the One Piece. If you felt that, drop a like, hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this theory and you want to stick around for more One Piece theories. And of course, let me know down in the comments below what you think the One Piece is.